How can you learn something complicated as this? And is it complicated or not? I think it's not easy for students because it's illogical. But don't forget, you are dealing with a language here. A language is not a computer. It's not a mechanistic thing. You cannot complain when a language doesn't make sense, when it has no meaning. The easiest way to learn this, put them in context, put them in a story. The story helps you, the pictures help you. Hi, my name is Susie and I'm an English teacher. I've been trying to prepare this video for quite a long time now, as a lot of my students have been asking about ways of learning vocabulary effectively. And I must say that over the years, I've been teaching English for more than 30 years now, and then I've been trying to find ways to help students not only memorize but to retain, so to give back words when they needed them. Most of you know that I spent 3 years in England. In London I worked and studied, and this is where I got my first teaching certificate. And after coming home, I had an exam group preparing for a Cambridge exam, Cambridge First Certificate. And I must say that I came across a book, so I found a book, a nice long one actually, written by Peter Dainty, an author that I really admire. And this was like Passport to Cambridge First Certificate. Why is this book interesting? Because in each unit I found a picture story. So this is a picture story that's about a bank manager who got into prison because he lent himself £250,000. And then there are different episodes of his life, and then obviously he escapes from prison. And then it's a very intriguing story, so students were really involved when they were reading it and learning the vocabulary. Now, why am I telling you this story? Because the first time I saw this story and read this story, I realized that, oh my goodness, this story actually contains all the vocabulary that I newly picked up and newly learned, while I was living and working in England. And it made me realize that this is the vocabulary people need to speak good English and natural English. You would sound like a native speaker. And why is this story so special? Later on, another book came out. The author made this story into a book, and then this book also contains the different episodes, different chapters of our bank manager, along with exercises, but with lots of colorful pictures, right? This story includes a lot of phrasal verbs. What are phrasal verbs? Actually, I put on the board already for you. Phrasal verbs are a verb and the particle. What is a particle? A particle is like a preposition. Most of you understand that better. For example, at, or by, or for, or in, etc., etc., etc. And a verb and a particle together makes a phrasal verb. I'm going to show you some examples. Take a look at take. And now we have like look and take again. Now, we focus on take for a moment. I guess you understand this word, off. This is a particle, or other words, it's a preposition. If I say take off, I think a lot of people would know what that means. Take means to take something, put it in your hand. Take also means to take something with you, means to carry. Take also means to get something. Take this. So we understand the meaning of take. Off means away from me, away from me. You know the mosquito spray off, right? Why is the name? Off, 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 mosquitoes, off, off. Go away from me, right? So it's a very good name. This is why. Now, to take something off, like take something off away from you. For example, I'm wearing this bracelet. I'm gonna take it off, right? Or I've got earrings. Now I'm going to take off my earrings. Now it's off, okay? Right, as you notice, take off, I said take my bracelet off, take my earring off. There's another word. What is it? Yes, there's the something. And something is an object. Where does it go? Is it okay? Take off something? Or take something off? What is correct? We don't know. Not yet. Let's look at another one. Look. Everybody understands look. Look at me, right? But if I say look after, after means after, like in time, for example. After, later, after breakfast. Or after. That can also mean that. The two together actually has the third meaning, a completely different meaning. I'm sure that a lot of you understand this word. Look after somebody means what? Yes, if an ill person is in hospital, the nurses and doctors look after him or look after her. Or if you're going on holiday and then you have a pet, like a cat, you can ask your neighbor, can you look after my cat for me while I'm on holiday? And surely they say yes. Finally, okay, we have another one, take, with another preposition, take off. But it's already here. So what's the difference? What can you see? What do you first notice? The color. The colors are different. Why? The colors represent something. The black represent the verbs. The green represent the object, the something or the somebody. And the red represent the particle, okay? Or the preposition. Now, what you notice here, that here there is no object. No, there is no object, because in this situation we have no object. What does it mean? Take off, for example, when you're traveling by plane, it's scheduled for 7 o'clock in the morning and you're flying to London, right? So the plane is ready in the runway and then starts to take off, which means leave the ground and rise. So this is the meaning of take off, right? So we can say take off and take off. It's not the same. And what's the difference? The object. How can I tell that a phrasal verb takes an object or doesn't take an object? So is there an object or is there no object? We can't say, we can't tell, we don't know, so we need to consult a dictionary. This is my favorite, it's a very old dictionary. I bought it when I was a young girl and I bought it in London. That's what native speakers use as well, the Collins Dictionary. I like it very much. I'm going to open it. For example, have a look at look. Look is here, okay? Look is here, and then as you can see, there are a lot of different particles with look, okay? In fact, we're going to look up look up. What does look up mean? Look up means to discover something or to find something in the dictionary, for example. So you look up a new word in a dictionary. So look up. Here. Okay, so this is what look up means. As you can see, there are 3 types of phrasal verbs. Type 1, type 2, and type 3. So as you can see, type 1 takes an object, it has an object, type 2 has an object, and type 3 hasn't got an object. So type 3 is completely different. But let's look at the first two. What is the difference between the first two? What can you see? Yes, the object. Is it possible? Yes, it's possible. Is it possible? Look somebody after? It doesn't sound right, does it? No, this is impossible. So now we can see that in situation of type 1, the object can actually change place, right? So I can say take something off or take off something, both correct. In type 2, we can only say look after somebody and not look somebody after. We can't change. And the question is, how do I know which category, so type 1 or type 2, a phrasal verb belong to? Well, I can only learn it from a dictionary. So I look up in a dictionary or I do a search on the internet, and then you can find online dictionaries, either Collins, Oxford, Longman, Macmillan, etc. So it's your choice. And you have to check it in the dictionary, otherwise you don't know. One more thing before we go on. If you look at the phrasal verbs again, take something off. The question is, as we said, take means take something, take it in your hand. Off means away from you. Take something off. For example, the bracelet, take it off. The question is it literal meaning or non-literal meaning? What does it mean? Literal means word by word. Other one, non-literal, which is not word by word. For instance, take off means take off your bracelet. So this is literal meaning, it's word by word. But look at take something off. Like at the moment I'm a bit chubby, so I need to take off some weight. So take off, it's a non-literal meaning, it means to lose weight. So take off in this situation has literal and non-literal meaning. So word by word and an extra meaning. A meaning which is not connected to take and not connected to off. I prepared some exercises for you to practice the phrasal verbs. If you look at these 5 sentences, please decide if they are correct or incorrect. I'm going to give you a few minutes so you can switch off your video, or you can pause and then do the activity and then come back and then check the correct solutions with me. Alright? Let's have a look at them together. Can you pick up me from the airport tomorrow, please? Right or wrong? Ian has already picked up the kids. No, he hasn't. I've picked them up. I picked up some Italian last summer when I visited Tuscany. Right or wrong? Someone dropped a £10 note on the ground. Let's pick up it. Right or wrong? Who was that girl with you this Saturday? Oh well, that was Rachel. I've picked up her at our local bakery. Right or wrong? Do the activities and come back for the solutions. And now we are back with the solutions. As you can see, yes, the first one was wrong. So we say, can you pick me up from the airport tomorrow, please? Why? Because pick up is a phrasal verb with an object or without an object? With an object. Is the object here or here? You know? If you don't know, no problem, you can check it in the dictionary. But I'll tell you now. You can find it in the dictionary, pick somebody up. If the object is in the middle of the phrasal verb, like pick somebody up, it's in the middle. In this situation, you know that the object can always change place. If, for example, you have the phrasal verb look after, as in look after somebody or something. If the object is at the end, this situation, it can never change position. So you say, look after my animals, look after patients in hospital, right? But pick me up from the airport, pick your daughter up from the airport, or pick up your daughter from the airport, or pick up your parents at the airport. Both of them are correct. The next one, Ian has already picked up the kids. No, he hasn't. I've picked them up. Right or wrong? That's right. You see, pick them up. Can I say, is that correct? If we don't name the person, but we use an object pronoun, it can only go in the middle between the verb and the particle. Okay? I've picked them up and not picked up them. Okay? So I've picked up them, this is incorrect. Alright? So we would say, now this situation, this is correct. Okay? I picked up some Italian last summer when I visited Tuscany. Right or wrong? Right. Can I say I picked up some Italian or I picked some Italian up? Yes, we can say that. Someone wrote a £10 note on the ground. Let's pick it up. You see, it's the same reason as this one. We just had a look. Okay? Yes, this is correct. Okay, it was incorrect, but now it's correct, right? Who was that girl with you on Saturday? Oh, that was Rachel. I've picked her up at our local bakery. And picked up her, that's not okay. Picked her up, that's correct. Because of this, right? Okay. And now I'm going to give you another task to do. I prepared some examples for you. Look at me. Look up. Can you just look in the mirror? She's really looking forward to her birthday. Look out. I'm looking for my keys. Well, let's look at them. Look at me. We said that phrasal verb is what? A verb and the particle. Okay? A verb and the particle. Look means what? Look. Look, look, look. At means I'm standing at the board. You are at the chair. Look at me. The two together, does it have another meaning? No. Look at is not a phrasal verb, but it's a prepositional verb. Let's look at another example. Look up. Look up. Look means look, up means up, the two together. Any other meaning? No. So is it a phrasal verb or a prepositional verb? That's right, it's a prepositional verb. Can you just look in the mirror? Look in the mirror. Look and in. Two together, new meaning? No. Look in the mirror. Okay, so is it a phrasal verb or a prepositional verb? Yes, that's right. It's also a prepositional verb. Let's have a look at this example. I'm looking for my keys. I'm looking for my keys. Have you seen it? Look is the verb. For is the particle. The two together mean something different. What? Looking for my keys means to find my keys. I want to find my keys, so I'm looking for them. She's really looking forward to her birthday. Now here we have an example with look is a verb. Okay, so this is a verb. Forward is a preposition. To is a preposition. So we can go back to our first example. So it can be a verb and a particle or two particles. Okay, so look forward to something. Look means look. Forward means forward. To means to. Forward to. Look forward to. What the hell does it mean, right? When you're looking forward to something, you are really, really excited about it. Is it literal or non-literal meaning? You remember? Literal, word by word. Non-literal, an abstract meaning, another meaning. So looking forward to something, being excited about it. So you are excited about your birthday, right? You're looking forward to it. What else can you look forward to? Christmas, your holiday, a promotion, etc. You're looking forward to the end of the coronavirus, right? And finally, look out. Look means look, out means out, but look out, look out, look out. Yes, possible. But in this situation, it has another meaning, and this is a phrasal verb, and it has a non-literal meaning too. For example, look out! Something is going to fall on your head. Look out! Okay? Right. So it means be careful. Okay? So this is a phrasal verb. This is a phrasal verb. And this is a phrasal verb too. So let's just run through this again. So today we learned that phrasal verbs are one of the most complicated parts of English language because it's something that is not logical. It's a verb and a particle, or maybe two particles. It has literal meaning or non-literal meaning. When you look up somebody, it means you look like children look up adults, yeah? Or look up in the sky, yeah, you look up. So this is literal meaning, but you can also look up to someone. And if you look up to someone, you see two particles. You look up to elderly people or wise people or very clever people, which means you respect them. Okay, now this is a prepositional verb or a phrasal verb. That's right, it's a phrasal verb. So there are three types. Type 1, Type 2 and Type 3. In Type 1 there's a verb and a particle and an object, but the object is usually in the middle and it can change, like take something off, for example. Put something on, for example. Type 2, this was like look after somebody or look after something. Look after my plants while I'm on holiday. And the third one, like take off. The plane takes off at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, right? And we also looked at literal and non-literal meaning, word by word, or something that has a completely different meaning. The question is, how can you learn this? And why is it so complicated? It's complicated because it's different. It's different from your language, from your mother tongue. And the logic is different. The easiest way to learn, to memorize them, is to learn them in context. Learn them in a story. And this is why one of my favorite activities to teach my students to tell them a story. In order to help you with that, unfortunately, this book that I love, and I love the author, and I do respect him because it's a brilliant job that he's done on this book. Unfortunately, this is out of print. It's not in the bookstores, so I've decided to write my own book, and I'm also going to draw it, that help you understand the meaning of phrasal verbs, especially the non-literal meaning. So stay tuned in and sign up for my YouTube channel, and you can press the subscribe button and the little bell icon so that you can get notified about new videos like this one. I hope you like this video that helped you understand phrasal verbs, and I hope you're going to like them just as much as I do. See you around.